Hey everybody, we are back at the pop-up camper remodel.
Yep, today we are changing the shock cords that go around the base of the canvas, that go around those bed pop-outs. Really would encourage you to check out a really helpful tutorial that we found from Popup Camper Pro. That's where we bought the kits, and then he has a really great video explaining how to install these. We'll go ahead and link this down below so that way you guys can access that material. It's a really helpful way to think through this.
We're really happy with this kit. We already done the other side just to kind of get a feel of how it goes. We're going to show you how this side goes.
You got to make sure you do it right before we put it on camera. Alright, so we are going to be replacing this old cord with this new cord. It's got a lot more elasticity in it. The video that I mentioned is really good at explaining for some campers it's good to just remove the old cord completely, then fish a wire through. For others, like mine, it looks like it's pretty easy that we will be able to just tie a little piece of twine onto the old one. And then when we pull the old one out, it gives us this twine in there. Then we can pull the twine to pull the new one through. Does that make sense? You following? So that's what we are going to be doing now.
That worked really well. We've got the string pulled all the way through to the other side, and we've got this cord keyed up here where we're gonna pull the cord through. Now they give you plenty of cord in this because this kit is made for two different size beds, a longer bed and a shorter bed, so no worries, there's plenty of cord here. We'll have a lot left over at the end. So I'm gonna tie this on there and we're gonna start pulling it through.
So I want to show you how to put the hook on the end of the cord. It's a great little kit. Both ends are totally open. That way you can get it just to size and then put the hook on, and it'll work great no matter the size of your slide outs. So it comes with several of these. You've just got a barrel and then the hook itself. And it's really easy. I can just do it myself. You put the barrel on, then you put the hook and make sure that it's snug to the end, and then slide that barrel up to where it's almost to the end. And then you just grab some channel lock pliers and use those to help push that barrel up over the hook, which locks it into place. You just squeeze it, make sure it's on there nice and tight, and then you've got your hook on the end. So there's a little hook under there, and you want to make sure that you hook this on one end, so that way as you gauge the length that your cord needs to be, it is accurate to your pop-up. All right, so we have strung our new shock cord all the way around. We've got it hooked onto the other end, and the last step of this to gauge your size is that you want to pull a little bit of tension out, make sure you're holding both sides, and then you're going to cut your cord and put your hook on there. So I'm just gonna give this a quick cut. You can see we've got some extra, and then I'm going to repeat the hook process that I explained earlier, all the while holding on to this end to make sure it doesn't shoot back around the camper. We've just wrapped up the shock cords. Again, you're going to want to check that video link in the description for the kit where we bought the shock cords, and then the video explaining how to do that in different ways. This is really great. We really like that there's all around different ways to be able to hook that cord onto, so that this is really tight. We don't want any kids rolling out through there in the middle of the night. That wouldn't be any good. So good to see this project done. So we're just continuing with our little odds and end projects around the camper. One of them is we want to change out this hatch for the electrical cable. It doesn't have a cover, and we want to be able to make sure that that's watertight. Again, we went to Coleman Popup Camper Parts, and we're able to find this. We've got a link down below, so that way you can be able to see what we've got. So I'm gonna remove this old one, get the cable off of there. This should be a fairly straightforward project. Well, that didn't work. Now, this should be fairly straightforward. See? Fits like a glove. We're continuing working on some of our little odds and end projects, just trying to bring the camper fully up to mark here. And right now I am putting in some new tail lights. I got this kit on Popup Camper Pro. The link is down in the bottom. Again, just a helpful resource that we've been able to find everything. We weren't able to find exactly the same type, and so I'm gonna have to drill out the rivets for the old one, get that removed, and then put in these new taillights, which are LED. We hope that will last longer and work really good. This one also has a place where the license plate goes, similar to the other one. So follow along as we get these swapped out.
Things you can do, just a little hack I've learned, is you can take a 9-volt battery and some little jumper alligator clip type things, and you can test out your tail lights just by doing that here. You don't have to plug it into the car. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. We've already got one side replaced and we're replacing the other, but let me show you the setup I got. All right, so you can see I got a 9-volt battery laying here, and I've just got a couple jumper cables there. We got the green wire attached to the ground of the flat cable, and then just leave this one open, and you can bump from side to side and see if your lights are working back there. So the black one should be the tail lights. So let's just double check that. So what I'm going to do is just connect this up, and this is the tail light, the blinker, and the stop light. How's that look, Eddie?
It's good.
Okay, and then this one here, which would be the green wire, would be the running lights back there.
Yep, it's brighter.
Alrighty. in. Look here, we've got tail lights on, and we're just running them on the little 9-volt battery. So they're a little bit dim, but once you hook this up to 12 volts, should be no problem whatsoever. So these are just a universal kit. We're pretty happy about it. We've got a couple holes where the old ones were going to be, but we've got a plan. We're going to put a piece of reflective tape on the bottom of this lens, so on the bottom here, and cover up those holes. Everything will look really good. So we got the electric going, we got brake lights, we got turn signals. Now we're moving on to the next project. Camper project from Eddie's house over to my house, because we think we're going to have to do some welding and stuff. So brought it over here where I got more equipment, and they've got the inside really tricked out and looking cute, but not going to reveal that just yet. But here we go. So here's what I found is I had some old pieces of conduit in the back, and the project for today is we're going to make a window frame that you can just put in here, and we'll hang the air conditioner on it whenever he needs air conditioning. Mainly, don't really need it much here in Indiana, but when you're in Florida and stuff like that, he could hang a window up. So stay tuned, that's the project for today. Have my frame all tack welded up here, and it's looking pretty good. So my goal is to have this where it fits flat underneath the bed. I'm gonna flatten this out a little bit where this hinges back. So anyway, I think it's turned out pretty good here. So what we're gonna do here, the plan is for this is that you would put this in right here, and then fasten it, of course, to the side, and then this pole go right here, and the air conditioner sets right here with this on, with the back of it sitting on here, supporting it. So I'm pretty confident this is gonna, the air conditioner's not very heavy, so I'm pretty confident this is gonna work. Now that I've got it dry fitted and tacked in the places I need it to be, I'm going to go ahead and finish welding that, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Hey, we're really happy with the way this turned out. Right now I just have it as a dry fit, okay? We're gonna take it back down and paint it and do some other stuff for that, but I just want to get it up here and see how it looks. You know, I think it looks really good, and it's nice and sturdy in there. So it's just a frame that goes up in there like you've seen me welding before, and it's starting to cool down pretty good in there. I think we're gonna end up cutting the screen and making a patch in there so that it fits through. Right now we're just blowing air through the screen, but no, I'm really happy with the way it looks. All that we did was we just went ahead and cut this clear plastic in the screen. Now I know that might be concerning to some people, but this whole unit here you can buy as replacement if you would like. So we weren't too concerned about it, and pretty much this is the way we're going to operate anyway. So you know, then again, when they use this camper in the winter, they can pull this flap back down, and my daughter-in-law is already dreaming of ways to make a, you know, make an attachment so you can put the flap back down. So I know that cutting it would not be the ideal, but that was the only way we could get the air conditioner in here to, you know, into the room so it would cool properly and not be blowing through the screen. So I really hope you liked my modification that I done here to put the window air conditioner in the pop-up camper. Can't wait for the big reveal to show you guys what it looks like in here, but that'll be coming up. Be looking for it.